I loved Peter. Peter and I were good friends. He didn't have any of his own records. They'd all been stolen or borrowed and never returned. Or so he would call me 3 or 4 times a year from various parts of the earth, wanting recordings of my singles mostly. And he called me, just a few days before he died because he had just released No Nuclear War, and he wanted to start work on his new album, and he wanted to remake a single he did for Joe Gibbs around 1970 called Here Comes the Judge, which was about all the worst villains of history, Bartholomew de los Casas and Henry Morgan, the pirate, and all these people. And he wanted to update the song with the names of the current bad guys in Jamaica. I really wish I had known what names he planned to do. And I had so much fun with Peter. That was the side he rarely revealed to the public. When the camera was on, he put the darkers on, the shades, and he had this deep, deep voice that could be very intimidating. And he scared people. Bunny got very mad at me in one of the documentaries for saying Peter was scary. He was, but you know, he wanted to scare Babylon. They're right to be afraid. Peter took no prisoners when he spoke, and but privately he could be so funny. Do you have the Honorary Citizen box set?
I was going to talk to you about
Long
that.
box? Yeah.
Yeah. Had it a long time ago, but
Well, they re-released it in a smaller package. They redid the book as a CD-sized book. But I wrote the book, and I assembled the singles on the first disc. I worked a long time with his niece, or his cousin rather, Pauline Morris, on that box. And yeah, I had a whole page called Words of the Herbalist Verbalist because I loved Peter's deconstruction of the language. He was like some French philosopher deconstructing the words. And in fact, be careful of your friends. They will fry you in the end. Well, that's cutting that word in half and seeing what it means. And it was a putative friend of his who killed him. Um,
hmm
he called the judge the grudge, and his producer was his reducer. And he called the Queen of England Queen Ear Lies a bitch. Ear lies a bitch. And I learned that one the week after the book went to press because that would have been the top of the list if I had known about it then. And he said he played in Follywood, L.A., San Francisco, California, United States of Asatica, because there's nothing merry about America. It's Asatica. I just love the way his brain worked.
Yeah. You could really hear it in his songwriting, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He loved language,
Yeah. And just a heavy thinker.
and he said he didn't need school because he was self-educated. And if you knew what education the word meant, you would know that it comes from the Latin educo, to bring forth from. So who taught the first teacher? That was one.
hmm
That's one of the things he said in our first interview with him.